Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys, I started to do it again and be real quiet because my baby just got in not too long ago. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to suck it up. I'm going to speak in my regular tone because I have to hurry up. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for visiting. Please consider subscribing. We would love to have you be part of the beautiful people family. Y'all, do I need to find another name for y'all or us? Like, everybody got their everythings. I need something. Who y'all want to be? um, yeah, so I gotta hurry up because my hair lady, which is my sister, but she does a really good job on my hair, y'all. Um, I can go over there and get my hair done today. I thought I was gonna have to wait. So I gotta hurry up so I can go get my hair done. And if y'all could see my hair and my bun, y'all would be like, girl, hurry up. Like, make it quick. I also, um, y'all, I tried doing my grass this year and saving money. I will never in life do it again. I probably told y'all already, but it's okay because my grass right now is like the woods. Like everybody else's grass looks so good. Mine look like the woods to where when I go in the garage, I try not to look at it. And I have new neighbors, black people. Yay! I was so happy to see black people moving in. Nothing against anybody else or whatever. I have everyone around me and it's fine, but ain't nothing like seeing a little family. You know what I mean? So I was embarrassed though, because I was like, I know they looking at my house like, oh, really? She's gonna be the one messing up the neighborhood. I'm not, y'all. I'm gonna do my grass in the morning. It's okay. All right, let's get started with this. I just went on a whole, y'all know how I do. All right, I got it out my system. Let's get started. All right, you guys, with me having to hurry up, I'm not going to be able to go through every little thing like I normally do, and I'm not going to be able to tell my opinion on every little thing like I normally do. But I do want to get it out the way. They sitting here with Tommy, and Tommy's telling them that they have to introduce the men to their friends. And when I tell you these women, and these are not ugly women by far, they're not ugly women, but these wigs, these weaves, these whatever it is, I don't like it. And crochet hair, I don't like it either. Um, what's her name? God, I don't know her name, but y'all would know who I'm talking about with the makeup. Where the one that I said look like Mac at night or Mac tonight or whatever, makeup is still awful. It's awful. And then the other girl, little Chihuahua, her makeup. Oh, girl, it's too much. It's too much. Yeah, so I just wanted to get that out my system. Brown girl, still looking brown, just all wrong. All right, so I'm not gonna talk about their looks anymore. That's it. I just got out my system. All right, y'all. Her name is actually Jamala, the one with the makeup. And I'm sitting here looking. It's terrible. It's so bad. She's about to introduce her friends to Randall, who she calls Rara. It's like I wouldn't even be able to do that to a grown man. Like, that doesn't make him sound like a grown man. It doesn't make him sound sexy. It doesn't make him sound anything except like a little boy. Rah rah. Like, I'm not ever calling a grown man rah rah. I'm just not going to do it, especially somebody that I'm hoping to eventually get intimate with. Absolutely not. So, her friends are like, "Oh, you got a nickname already?" And I'm like, "Yeah, a dumb one." But yeah, her makeup. But anyway, I'm just gonna go off of what I remember because I don't want to watch this again. The friends liked him. I'll say that he was able to answer questions or whatever. I feel like he came in with some hoochie daddy shorts on. But yeah, I know he's real tall and all the women love him. I do not. Okay, because I just want him to tighten up on that hair. Something going on with the hair where it just looks a little, unkempt. I don't know. I'm sure he brushes or combs or whatever it is to his hair. He's a grown man, but I don't like it. Like it's too many flyaways or too many doing your own things. All right, let's move on. All right, sorry, I forgot something else with this scene. When he told her that, she's like his best friend, and she's like, "Oh, I'm your best friend." Y'all, she is mad annoying with the please love me, please love me. So, again, I really want her to find love, and maybe it's going to be with him. I don't know, but all this, this show makes women look so thirsty. I don't feel like they have to do it. Like, these men be coming out on top. They don't look as thirsty as these women do, I'm telling you. So she's kissing all over him when it's time to go, and I don't know, the thirst is just real. Like, you kiss on me. How about that? All right, y'all. So let's move on to Round the Way Girl with her Round the Way Girl ass friend because she definitely brought another Round the Way girl. So they're sitting down with Swayze, and I mean, they just go in right away. So the friend asked, she got an annoying voice too, but she asked him, what type of women he like, or you're not one of those serial daters on an app or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm on apps. Did you know he was on apps? He's like, I'm single. Like, I can do what I want to do. He's been single for 3 years. And she asked, what does he like about Round the Way Girl? And he's like, look at her. And basically says that he likes all types. He like anybody, kind of, sort of. And I was just like, anybody? That don't make her sound too great. But okay. And she's like, but I'm not Latin. Around the Way Girl. And I'm like, first of all, Around the Way Girl, if you think he only liked Latin women, why are you bringing him here to meet your friends? Why is he in your top or whatever? Like, why is he on your radar if you feel like he don't really like you? What's this all about? So they end up getting into it about the fact that him and the friend, actually, friends going back and forth about him dating nothing but Latin women and nobody black. And he was just like, what did he say? Oh, she said it was a red flag. And he was just like, she's talking, getting on my nerves, something he said. And she was just like, did I offend you? And he's like, I'm not offended. That's your opinion. But Hayden, or whatever her name is, Caden, Round the Way Girl, tells him to eat. First of all, she tells him to eat like he's a dog, and he pushed the plate away. I'm good. And the friend is like, oh, you don't want to eat now? Like, they just loud and everything. He was pissed off, got up and left. I'm not mad. She went chasing after him or whatever, and he's like, I ain't down for this sucker shit. And she was offended, but I don't care. She's very combative. All she wants to do, and it's funny because she ends up in the end saying that he's combative, or she said the word combative, and I was like, Miss Queen of Combative is calling somebody combative. It's crazy. You cannot name a scene where this girl is not getting into it with somebody. You just can't. All right, y'all. So we have, what's her name? Crochet Hair. She meets up with LJ, Skinny Jeans, and two of her friends. One of them is a doctor, and I guess they like him. Like, who doesn't like him? He's just harmless. Like, he's just there. Everything about him is just there, honestly. And so does Justice, shows up, and they're doing like golf and putting or something like that. He sits down with the two women because y'all know Justice is not trying to do anything physical, absolutely nothing that will make him sweat. So they're asking him where he sees himself in like 5 years, and he's like, I don't. Trying to be fake deep with the whole, I just let God guide me and whatever. Like, I just feel like he don't want to be bothered with absolutely no one. He don't want people to ask him questions. He don't want people to really talk to him. He is just a jerk. So it's so funny because the doctor is like leaning in, and she ain't even trying to hide her facial expressions. Like, what are you talking about? And I swear to God, if I was there and I was reading my friend's guy who she is interested in, I would have just stopped speaking to him and looked at her and been like, girl, are you serious with this? Because he's ridiculous. He really is. Dang, y'all, how many connections Broke Arm got? No, that's not her name, Broke Arm. She's the crochet hair girl. How many connections she got? Cause next comes what is his name? Y'all, I'm so terrible with these names. Randall. And he comes in, and obviously the women like him because he's able to speak and be, he's a little charming. I don't know. Like, I don't see it, but I get it. Like, he's personable. He's able to really talk to them. And Justice is pretty much like, oh, okay. Once he says that they pretty much shared a kiss. He wouldn't go any further than that. But Justice is like, I'm finna go. And in the confessional, he's like, yeah, my connection with her changed because if kissy facing with him and you got a connection with him, then that's okay. Most women will want to be like, hey, take me from this guy. I ain't got to take her from nobody. I'm not going to prove myself to nobody. You prove yourself to me. Like, you chase me. Boy, bye. Like, are you kidding me? You have the game totally twisted. If you feel like a woman is supposed to chase you, then you will forever be alone unless you get some terrible low self-esteemed woman, because that is not the way that it works. But he doesn't want to do any work. He feels like he is just the prize. I'm telling you, this man has terrible issues. And they even said when he left, he's not a good person. Was it these people or did he meet some more people? I can't remember, but some of the people that he left, I think it might be these women. He's not a good person. He's not a good man. He's not a good person. And you will have nothing but trouble if you try to get with this guy. All right, y'all. It was them. her friend was like, you know what? She's a little country too. He is not a nice person. He is full of dog shit. She's just like, I feel it with every fiber of my being that he is not a good man, Tranika. He is not a good man. I was like, calm down, ma'am. Like, we don't want you to get yourself all flustered over him. He is no one to get all worked over, all worked up over. Trust me, we get it. We see him. All right, y'all. So we flip flopping between Samson showing up for handsome Squidward and Mike and Brown Girl and her friend. And you got Samson, so handsome. I just really like Samson. I don't care for the super proper way he speaks, and there's nothing wrong with speaking proper, you guys. I just need for my man to put a little stank on it. Like, I just need a little hood, something in there. I don't know. Maybe he can get there, at when he's not around people or not on TV. I don't know. He's very charming as well. He comes in, the friend, he's about to shake the hand. She's like, no, don't shake hands. He's like, oh, you want some of this? And gives her a hug. And I'm like, yeah, would like some of that. Oh, now I'm sounding like these ready to love women. but so yeah, the dog likes him. Everybody likes Samson. Who doesn't like Samson? What's not to like? And then we have Mike and Brown Girl and the friend. And the friend is talking to Mike about her friend and what he likes about her. And he likes her, however, she's not his only connection because, she's kissed so many people, so says he. And whenever I look at her, I just see them. And I'm like, so why are you there? Because evidently you're not going to be able to get past it because you've already seen it. And like her friend said, which is true, y'all not together, but I get what he means. Like every little game they played and everything, she just wants to kissy face with everybody. And it's a freaking pandemic. Ugh, girl, monkeypox, seriously. But I don't know. Like, I understand what he's saying, but I just feel like if you already know you have that view of her and you feel away, you are not going to get past it. So you guys are wasting time. So what are we doing here? The problem I have with this show is the fact that I really, really feel like people don't be feeling people. They just be playing the game to stay on the show. And I don't like that. Like, I don't like that at all. But yeah, Samson, of course, wins over the friend. And let's go back to Brown Girl. Okay, you guys, so we're going to wrap up Samson and Handsome Squidward. And you guys, looking at her friend looks like the lady, the female version of her. Like she looks like the real woman version of her. I know it's rude, and I don't mean it like that because y'all know Handsome Squidward is not unattractive. She's handsome. However, she's handsome. Like she just got the handsome facial features where her friend looks like her, but she's just softer. Like her features are softer. And she looks really, really, really impressed with Samson. I'm like, girl, I hear you. So then we go back to Brown Girl with her two dates because in comes Randall in these cut off jeans and ew, these jean shorts. Y'all, they tight jean shorts that I just don't agree with this guy. And I just don't agree with the fact that all these women want this guy. I don't like a lot about him. I don't feel like he's a bad guy, but I feel like he's totally playing all these women. And that's exactly what he told her friend in not exactly those terms, but he's just like, look, I got other connections. And she's like, well, is she your strongest one? One of them. Well, how many strong connections can you have, dude? So I feel like her friend picked up on it. Oh, excuse me. But then we have Mike, like, oh, this is the lips that kissed her and all that. And I'm just like, dude, you should just leave. Y'all, okay, so wrapping up Brown Girl, her friend tells her after they leave, listen, the whole time Randall was here, he's looking at you, but you too busy looking at Mike. And just out of nowhere, Brown Girl starts crying and giving us the Candace tissue fold and the dab and the fold and the dab and the fold. And I was just confused. Like, why are you crying? Are you crying because you don't want to like him and you don't really like him like that? Like, you want to sleep with him. You want to do it. You want to get with him. Well, he'll give you that because that's all he wants from you, too. You're the video, what do you call her? Video fantasy girl. You're not the reality. I wish she could have heard that he called her that. Like, that just puts it in a nutshell for me. That means, no, I don't want to take you home to mom. I don't want to be with you every day, but I would get with you. I would do you. And I just feel like she's crying because she's like, oh, I'm always making the wrong choices, maybe. But you don't have to marry this guy. You want to sleep with him that bad that you got to cry about it? go ahead and do it, sis, because he'll do it. He got a problem with the fact that you kissed people, but he'll go all the way there with you, I'm sure. Trust me. But it's so confusing because she's doing the dab and cry and fold, and Candace cry, and then her friend starts crying, and I'm just like, fuck is wrong with these broads? Like, what are you crying for? I promise you, I would not. My friends start crying over a guy for whatever reason, or being a bad picker of guys or whatever. I'm not gonna cry with you. I'm gonna be like, girl, get it together. Even though they probably be looking at me like, girl, get it together. But I'm not crying over no guy, period. So I'm not crying over your guy or my guy. All right, made up Chihuahua, and I'm sorry, we gotta add the makeup to it because her makeup, her eye make, it just be too much. It is too much, and she got on red, and she don't have on a lick of red. She got on yellow and white, but she got on this super red eye makeup. Oh, I just hate it so much. And then her friend got red hair and braids, and I can't stand none of this. Like, I can't stand any of it. But they're sitting there with Samson and Mike. And Samson asked her because she said something about being attracted to her, Brandy, the little chihuahua. And he's like, do you know that I'm attracted to you? She's like, no. Y'all, these connections don't really be connections. And I'm sorry, I know I keep going off the other way as I'm talking about how the show is or whatever, but that's why it's hard for me to really connect to this show, because it's really hard for me to see their connections. When Brown Girl was sitting at the table with Randall, and he's supposed to be a strong connection for her, strong connection, but he said, we keep getting interrupted. We've really only sat down and had one time alone. How are y'all so connected that you're meeting friends and y'all have only really talked one time? Like, I don't know. I just cannot buy what this show is trying to put out. I just can't. So if Brandy don't even think this guy is attracted to her, why is he here? Why is he meeting your friend? Is it because you need to have more than one connection to stay on the show? Like, y'all, I don't know. I don't know. But we'll move on. And then we have what's her name? Looney. I think that's her name. She's the only girl that I don't really have an issue with. Like, I don't have a nickname for her. I mean, Looney is already a nickname, but she's a pretty girl. She's not problematic. I don't have an issue with her. But she's there with her friend, and they're talking to Justice, and it is the craziest thing. Her friend likes Justice. She understands him. She gets him. And I'm like, what is wrong with you, sis? Like, what is wrong with both of y'all? Yo, LJ comes walking in with his shirt open, same as Justice. And when he sits down, the friend is like, oh, both of y'all with your shirts open. And I'm like, yeah, they look a hot ass mess. I don't care if it is Miami. Close your shirt. Like, you just look a mess. And she's talking to Justice about having sex or whatever, and he's like, I don't have to have, you're not gonna have sex with anybody or whatever, but I don't even have to touch you to have sex. I could talk to you and have sex. I could be having sex right now. Like, sex is just sex, and I can do what I could just think about sex and have sex. And like, he just sounded so stupid. She's like, what? And he just kept going on and on this tangent about sex and how he doesn't have to do this and that. He has sex by, I guess, talking to people. But I get what he's saying, but it's not being worded well. Like, it's not. Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? We find out that Skinny Jeans be calling Looney, and she don't pick up, she don't return his calls or whatever. And she gives this smile, and Justice is smiling. It's the first time I really see him smile and laugh that hard. But she's just like, I'm not a phone person. Bullshit. You are a phone person when it's somebody you like. Trust me, I'm not a phone person either. But if it's somebody I like, oh, I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna pick up. Or I'm gonna call back if I'm busy or something like that. But if you are not doing any of that, you're not feeling him. So again, the friend picks Justice. I don't know what's wrong with her. And Looney was happy about that because Looney likes Justice. And her friend, honestly, I don't know what's wrong with them. How do you like this guy? Mm. All right, so now the women are deliberating with nephew Tommy, and he's asking them, of course, who they pick, who they feeling, who they not feeling, and or basically really about their dates right now. And we get to Roundaway Girl, and he's like, yeah, so I heard something happened or something like that, and she's like, yeah, no, she said he didn't say that. She said, I only have one red flag with him. And he's like, what's the red flag? And she's like, I don't want to speak on it until I speak to him about it. And he's like, I don't know what we're talking about. And I'm like, she's so fucking irritating. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Just freaking say it. Are you kidding me? And then that's why I was so happy when handsome Squidward was like, well, he called me. He was very upset. He said, he couldn't believe you said that to him. And she's like, well, what did I say? And Tommy's like, oh, okay, so now we get to the red flag. And handsome Squidward is like, he said you're out there saying that he only dates Latino women. However, his daughter is black. His baby, her mom is black. And she's like, pause, pause. And handsome Squidward says that when he called, she asked, was she drinking? And he was like, yeah. And she's like, I don't know if maybe she gets a little catty when she drinks or whatever. And I'm like, no, this girl is catty all the time. And she had the nerve to say that's what she did. Round the Way Girl did say that her friend and Swayze were combative together or whatever. And I'm like, no, 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 no. You don't get to use that word, Miss Combative. You are if combative was a person. But yeah, so I don't think she needs alcohol to just be catty and have a funky attitude. She has a funky attitude at all times. All right, y'all. So I gotta go. I gotta wrap it up. So we're going around the room, and Looney picks Swayze, and she says that after what she just heard, he makes the decision not to date black women. And what's her name? Round the Way Girl is just like, I'm not gonna say that he said that. However, at the table when he was there, she said that he said that because she said it to him. She's like, well, that's what you said. You said you don't date. So now, which one is it? Because I was gonna call him Steve Harvey. Nephew Tommy asked her, Round the Way Girl, who is your biggest connection here? And she's like, well, it's still Swayze until we have a conversation. And I'm like, that means you should be next going home, sis. Like, he's not gonna fuck with you no more. And you have no other connections. You can go. Bye bye. So we end up where LJ is called to a date. I can't remember who called him there, but he in his confessional said, listen, I know how this works. If though after the women deliberate, you go on a date, it's probably you. So he couldn't believe, I guess he was still in the bottom. And I'm like, yeah, everybody should be in the bottom except Samson. And ends up that, what's his name? Justice got to go home. And I fell asleep, so I can't even discuss what happened when he went home. Let's see real quick, and then we're going to wrap it up. All right, so basically, Justice takes it fine. He doesn't care. And he's just like telling her stuff about feeling like a woman should put herself in a position to be chosen and he shouldn't have to like really chase anybody. Same old stuff that he is talking. So she tells him that, he's not ready to love. He's like, good, it's fine, I'm cool or whatever. And I be at the Hard Rock every Saturday, Sunday. Look me up. And she's like, no. Y'all, what's going on with her edges? And why do they look so puffy like she needs what's going on? It's like she doesn't even put any gel on her edges, none whatsoever. Unless they are having really, really, really long days of shooting. But we not seeing like 2 seconds of her with her edges done. Her edges are puffy as hell. Like they look real comfortable to sleep on because they're super fluffy. All right, that's it. I gotta go. And thank you guys. If you made it this far, you are the real MVP because I'm telling you, I was really rambling in this video because I don't know about this show no more. I don't know if I want to waste my time. I mean, I'll keep doing it until this season is done, but I don't know about doing this anymore, you guys. It's just not interesting. I just don't like it. But if you're still here again, you're the real MVP. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you. We would love to have you. And I will see you guys in the next video, which I am going to do Love and Marriage Huntsville tonight, or either I'll do that one tomorrow. Oh, I got videos to do, y'all. All right, see y'all in the next video. Smooches.